Obviously, the 6 threes, I thought there were 3 that you hit were huge, late in the third and a 2 in the fourth. Was a more conscious effort to get you looks, considering the last couple games you didn't get as many looks from 3?
A little bit. Coach was preaching to us that we needed to shoot more threes. That was a big emphasis pregame. And then a little bit in the spots. Like we ran a lot of action up top with me and Kev when Book was out. And I felt like just the positioning that I was in up there, being one pass away from the guy who's creating the plays, usually that helped to get a few more up.
Curious, just what's that feeling like for you to be in those moments and to be able to deliver when shots, when they particularly that one, like shot clock's expiring and you're able to hit it? How big is that for you to be able to be in those moments and deliver like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very comfortable in those moments. I feel like I've been in them for 10 years now, even though I've only been in the league for 6. So feels like just another shot to me.
Bol's been putting together some really good basketball over the last few weeks. I know you guys have seen a lot more of him behind the scenes than we have. What's it like to see the hard work that he's put in start to kind of pay off in this way?
Yeah, he's been great. It was awesome kind of looking back to earlier in the season when he wasn't getting as much of a chance, him to stay ready and keep working, and now he's taken full advantage of it. He's playing great basketball. He's really helping us out a lot. On the boards, offensively, being another weapon that can score in the paint and kind of attack on slashes and drives. And he's knocking down threes. So he does a little bit of everything out there. He's really helping.
Royce, it feels like he's kind of just come in and fit in seamlessly. What have you liked about him so far?
I mean, he's a super easy guy to play with. He's one of those guys you can plug right in, and he helps the team. He's been great defensively for us. We've asked him to guard a bunch of different matchups, 1 through 5, and he's been good and helping us out on the boards. Even if it's not him getting rebounds, he's really physical with blocking guys out, and he's not afraid to take shots and make them. And that was big tonight, and then big when he hit into the game there to kind of seal the game, put him away.
Grayson, this is a tough team to drive on with AD down there, but how consistently are you keeping that approach the same by just like at least getting it in there to kickstart things for the offense?
Yeah, they're tough because he protects the rim, and he's one of the handful of bigs in the league that can stay all the way back, like doesn't have to step up, and he can protect the rim and kind of guard the dump off, forces it into a tough angle. So, but you have to keep attacking the paint and trying to make the read, either the dump off if it's there or, kicking it out opposite, just so that we're not becoming stagnant around the perimeter. And with him in there, you got to at least get those paint touches.
You've obviously had a lot of experience playing with superstars, like even before you came here. What's the balance between, obviously, the Bucks, the Suns, that need your three-point shooting, but you also want to make sure, Book or KD's getting the ball some too. How do you balance those two things when you're out there?
Well, it's a little bit of a feel, but a lot of it is like I understand our team goes where those guys go. They're going to lead us on both ends of the floor. So offensively, with whatever shot making I'm doing, it has to be like helping out our offense as a whole and kind of being in the positions I can to help them succeed offensively. Whether, a lot of times we go to the KD post-ups, I try to get one pass away to be in a position to shoot, because those are the shots that we need whoever's in that position to shoot and knock down. There's other times where you have to be aggressive in transition, and it's not always to go score. It's to draw defenders and push the pace of our offense and make a play. And maybe it's kicking it to the next guy. Maybe KD gets an opportunity to attack a closeout, which he doesn't get much of. And it makes the game a little bit easier for those guys. So it's a feel, and it gets better as the year goes on, especially since I've played with a lot of talented players, and all of them have been pretty different with how they score the ball, how they attack offensively. But the positions that I am, like sometimes it's like a lot of people say, like if you're shooting 40% from 3, it's good. But there's a lot of shots where when you're out there, you're like, you have to make that one. And when you're one pass away from them, when it's that nice one in transition where the guy draws 2, it's like, okay, these are the ones you have to make. And I just try to have that mentality of being in that position to be the guy receiving those shots.
Grayson, can you talk about Nurkic's all-around game, just in general, in 22 22 rebounds, and he also had 7 assists in guarding Anthony Davis at that. So can you talk about his all-around?
Yeah, he did great guarding AD one-on-one on the block, especially in the first half. AD's another guy who's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league and a tough cover. And Nurk coming up with that many defensive rebounds is huge for us. Also, offensively, I mean, 7 offensive rebounds is big. And Nurk's really good for our offense when he's at the top as a passer. And we got Kev going backdoor or kind of playing the two-man game with Book. And then once we get into our action, he's rolling. So he's a guy we trust up there to make decisions. And he did a great job finishing at the rim today, too.
Grayson, to have all 5 starters fall somewhere between 18 and 24 points and 32 assists, does that kind of match up with what it felt like out there as far as a group effort?
Yeah, it did. I mean, it felt like the ball was moving around. We had a lot of different guys making shots. We were just playing good basketball. The ball was finding the open guy, and they were knocking it down. Royce stepped up big with those 6 threes. Like we said with Nurk finishing, and he had some timely finishes at the rim, like those ones that you needed late in the shot clock, dump-offs and offensive rebounds. So great offensive game in terms of moving the ball around.
Thanks, Grayson.
Thanks, Grayson.